Dr. Elena Vasquez stepped through the shimmer of displaced air, her boots touching ground that felt both familiar and impossibly wrong. The laboratory around her was identical to the one she had left moments before, same white walls, same quantum displacement chamber humming in the corner, same coffee-stained workbench. But the coffee stain was on the wrong side. Mirror dimension, she whispered, pulling out her dimensional scanner. The device chirped softly, confirming what she already suspected. Reality here was inverted, a perfect reflection of her own world. Elena had been working on parallel dimension theory for 15 years, ever since the first breakthrough at the Heisenberg Institute. The mathematics were elegant, the possibilities endless, but funding had always been scarce. Until 3 months ago, when the anomalies began appearing. Objects vanishing from one location and appearing in another. People reporting glimpses of themselves in windows when they were nowhere near mirrors. Weather patterns that defied atmospheric models. The government had finally taken notice, and Elena found herself with unlimited resources and a mandate she couldn't refuse: find the source of the dimensional bleeds. The door to the laboratory slid open, and Elena froze. A woman entered, tall, auburn-haired, wearing the same white lab coat Elena wore. But this woman's hair was parted on the right instead of the left, and a small scar crossed her chin where Elena had none. "You're early," the other Elena said, setting down a tablet that looked identical to Elena's own. "I wasn't expecting contact for another 47 minutes. You knew I was coming. We've been monitoring the dimensional membrane for weeks. Your world's experiments have been causing fractures." The mirror Elena walked to a control panel Elena didn't recognize. "Every time you activate your displacement chamber, you weaken the barrier between our realities." Elena felt her heart racing. "We've been trying to prevent dimensional collapse, not cause it." "Prevent it?" Mirror Elena laughed, but there was no humor in the sound. "You're Elena, the other you, she's been deliberately weakening the barriers. She thinks she can merge the dimensions, create a unified reality under her control." The words hit Elena like a physical blow. "That's impossible. I would never. Look at this." Mirror Elena activated a holographic display showing 2 overlapping dimensional maps. Red fractures spiderwebbed between them like cracks in glass. "Every breach makes it worse. In approximately 6 hours, both our realities will collapse into each other. The resulting paradox will destroy both." Elena studied the display, her scientific mind racing through possibilities. There has to be a way to reinforce the barriers, to separate the dimensions again. There is. Mirror Elena's expression grew grim. "But it requires perfect synchronization between both dimensions. We need to activate our displacement chambers at exactly the same moment, with exactly opposite polarities. And if we're off by even microseconds, both realities cease to exist." Elena looked at her reflection, literally her reflection, she realized with a shiver. In this mirror world, had this other version of herself made different choices? Better choices? "Why should I trust you?" Elena asked. Mirror Elena smiled sadly. "Because I'm asking you to sacrifice your life's work to save both our worlds. Because I know that despite everything, Elena Vasquez, any version of her, would choose to protect innocent lives over personal ambition." The dimensional scanner in Elena's pocket began beeping urgently. The membrane was deteriorating faster than calculated. "We have 4 hours, Mirror Elena said, checking her own device. "I'll prepare my chamber for inverse polarity. You need to return to your dimension and do the same. We'll synchronize on quantum frequency 7.334. Elena nodded, moving toward the displacement chamber. At the threshold, she turned back. "What happens to us? To our research? We go back to being theoretical physicists with crazy ideas about parallel dimensions. The dimensional barriers will be permanently sealed." Elena activated the chamber, feeling the familiar tingle of displaced molecules. As reality shifted around her, she caught one last glimpse of her mirror self, already working frantically at the controls. Back in her own laboratory, Elena began the calculations that would end her career and save 2 worlds. Sometimes, she thought, the greatest discoveries were the ones you had to keep secret forever.